Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Today is July 10th. 9 or 10th? July 10th.
So it's never too far away, 10th.
So we officially signed Andrew Toste. We'll be competing on our upcoming event,
August 20th.
August 20 against Kevin Espinosa. Now, Andrew, good to have you on board. You're one of the most exciting fighters that I ever worked with as an amateur, because you always showed up to kill or be killed. You go all out. So it's awesome. Now let's introduce you once again to all the MMA fight fans out there. Who's Andrew Toste? Where are you coming from? Where are you born and raised?
Andrew Toste, coming from Gilroy, California, born and raised. I was training up here in San Jose for a while, but now I'm back down in my old stomping grounds, back down in Gilroy, Ant Dogs MMA. Got a bunch of trainers down there, a bunch of great guys in the gym. So yeah, trying to, put Gilroy more on the map than it already is. We already got some major legends in DC, Brianna. We had Noelle who went up and fought in the UFC. Plenty of people from Gilroy who are making a name for themselves, and plenty of people to come.
Do you born and raised in Gilroy?
Yeah, my plenty of history there. My uncle was the mayor of the city for a while.
No shit.
Yeah, I have a lot of history there. There's a lot of family members that are really within the community. Rotary Club, dairy farms. I'm probably related to a lot of people out there that I just don't even know about.
That's pretty awesome. Well, I'm glad you found a new home gym. A little bit of a drama with the old gym, and now it's kind of put behind you and a new chapter for yourself. Now I know you're always a busy guy. You always book fights every 3-4 weeks and just stay busy. And I know you have a upcoming fight. It's a title fight for Daniel Compton, one of my boys event in August 6th, and then 2 weeks after you're gonna be fighting on my show against Kevin Espinosa. So that's gonna be pretty awesome. Now, what's your thought on your upcoming fight, before my show?
Well, so I have a lot of thoughts on Caesar. Not a lot of them are great. You have some experience with him as he was supposed to be on your last show. My main criticism with him is basically what happened at your show, man. You got to show up. If you sign the paperwork, you sell your tickets, whatever, you commit to something, show up. You can't just not show up and not say anything to nobody. That's not cool. It's not okay. And making weight and showing up, those are the two jobs you got in MMA. And they're not that difficult. Showing up and making weight, you got to do those things. And if you're not going to do them, man, that's 50% of my respect out the window for you. So I'm gonna show up for this one, and you better show up because we're gonna bang for this one.
That's awesome. Now you have a lot of fight in a very quick amount of time. As once you step into the cage, you make your MMA debut on my show November last year.
Yep.
And then you just rack up almost a 6 or 7 amateur fights so far.
Yep, I'm on 7 right now.
On 7 right now.
Yeah.
So if you have any options guys that you want to fight, who do you want to fight?
I want to get all those losses back. That very first one at your show, that one needs to get back. That was ridiculous. The referee has his discretion and he makes his decisions. He's keeping our safety in mind, but watching that back, man, that thing's got to be run. That's ridiculous. The fight with Moses in 209, that's a banger anywhere. Someone's gonna book that fight as soon as we either go pro or he gets those shin guards off. One of those two things comes first. As soon as you book that fight, it's gonna be easy fireworks. Those 2 fights in particular. And then eventually I'd like to work my way up to where I feel comfortable getting that Temujin fight back. That was a great fight, a lot of experience. Made me feel better as a fighter afterwards, even in the loss. And so I can only imagine what a win's gonna feel like after that.
So let's talk a little bit about Temujin's fight. Mm-hmm. What's your thought when you're fighting Temujin?
That was one of the more exciting fights. There was a lot to game plan for. One of the few fighters that I fought that has a lot of footage behind him. That was my main complaint I had with my first 5 fights is it's so hard to find content for these guys to game plan around. So you're kind of just making guesswork as you come in. So I was really excited for that one. There was a lot of game planning to do. Unfortunately, like he was saying, a big chapter in my life sort of changed pages right before the fight. So I feel like I wasn't in the best footing, but that's no excuse. That man came in to fight and he was ready to go. He's a champion for a reason. So I was excited for that fight once, and I'm excited to be excited for that fight again.
I know Temujin is pretty much thinking about going pro.
I would imagine so.
Very, very soon.
That man's a beast.
Yeah, he's 8-1 as an amateur now. There's not too many amateur for him to fight. He pretty much fight all the best 55er in the Bay.
And 170 as well.
And 170 as well.
Yeah.
You know, so wow, that's awesome. Now you put in so much work, and how soon do you think you're gonna be turning pro?
Well, there was a plan in motion. Again, before the last chapter, sort of, pages went up in flames. But we'll make a new plan with the new coaches that we're at. Now that I'm at Ant Dogs, me and the coaches will get together after these next couple fights that I already had booked before even getting there. But like I said, I made commitments. I'm going to stick to them. So we're going to get those 2 fights out of the way. We're going to get them done, work at them, get them done, get those wins, and then from there we'll convene as a group. We'll go over it, see where we're at. I would imagine it's not too far away, but at the same time, I've only been an amateur for a year, so I mean that's not even that long.
What's your thought on fighting Kevin Espinosa? What's your thought on him?
Much more positive than fighting Caesar. I like fighting people that I have a lot of respect for. He seems like a great guy in terms of like the interviews that I've watched here at Dragon House. His fights where there are video content. He's a respectable dude. He fights. He comes in to fight. He's not coming in to like score points or win rounds. He's a game dude. Great attitude. He doesn't come in out of shape. He comes in ready to go. He may have gotten caught a few times. He's always fought like great guys, people who were already on their way either up or out of amateurs. So it's nice to fight somebody who gets you like prepared. Like you have to be prepared for somebody like him.
When you're watching his fight, what do you see that you can capitalize the hold that he has? What do you see him like? This is what I see myself. I can beat him on this, on that. What do you see?
Well, I mean, the MMA is so crazy. It's not like football where like you play X and O is going to be the thing to beat it, but then this is the thing to beat that. It's not quite the same. Like anything can happen. So with Kevin, I got to be ready the whole time. Like I can't be going in there and thinking that I'm gonna exploit one little thing and it's just gonna finish the whole fight. Like I got to be prepared to go all 3 rounds, the whole what would be 9, 10, 12 minutes. That's gonna be my key to victory. Like regardless of how the fight finishes or how I think I can win, I got to be able to and be prepared to go the whole fight with him.
That's pretty awesome. Do you have, when you're watching Kevin fight, obviously everyone knows Kevin is more like a striker, so do you see this fight as going to take him down or bang with him on the feet? What do you see yourself to capitalize?
I mean, I feel like I can fight anywhere, so it's just a matter of where, like you said, I find those openings. You can't try to force anything in like in MMA, in jiu-jitsu, even in like wrestling or something like that. Like you got to be able to flow with where the fight's going and take it where you get your openings. I would imagine that my grappling will be where I'll find the advantage, but I can't expect that to be where I find the advantage. I got to be able to fight him everywhere.
So now, as growing up, what got you into MMA? What got you into fighting? What's your background? Like you start off as a high school wrestler, you start off doing jiu-jitsu in some other gym. What's your background to introduce you to the MMA?
I like to say I had like my toes in a bunch of different pools. When I was before a teenager, I was in middle school. I went to do like a wrestling practice thinking it was like WWE, jumping through tables, jumping up ladders. Learned real quick that it's a lot different, builds a lot different character. Stuck with it through middle school, took a break in my freshman year to do football, realized that football's not where it's at. Went over back to wrestling and ended up being lucky enough to be at one of the best wrestling schools in the entire country without even realizing it. Being super blessed to be at somewhere where Daniel Cormier is now the head coach, where we had Cuban bronze medalist for principal in terms of wrestling, Greg Varela, Coach Marty, Coach Mondo. We had Ice Loxon's dad who developed the yoke system. We had plenty of people in that room that are just absolute monsters. Adine Dueñez, we had Jesse Delgado, who just fought in Bellator. Plenty of people over at Giore. I ended up wrestling through there for my high school career. Left there, and then through my high school career, I was doing martial arts, Taekwondo, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu over at Champions Martial Arts in Gilroy, Politos Pro Fitness. It's the same business, just was there for a good amount of time. And then me and my sort of like coach trainer, Andrew Gomez, we transitioned over to Gilroy Health, actually coached over there for a bit, moved over to Morgan Hill, coached over there for a bit. And then that's when I took my big break. I took like 5-6 years off. Came recently back, was over at Leong's MMA, and then transitioned over to Extreme, and then now I'm over at Antog's MMA.
Wow, that's pretty well. You have a long journey in the martial art. You know, look like you haven't been stopping, and you're still improving your craft and getting better and better. You know. So what do you do for work?
I hang TVs. I work for Best Buy Geek Squad.
No shit.
Yeah,
you put TVs on?
Yeah, it's actually a funny story for Bay Area Combat. My first fight with them, I couldn't get the day off of work. They like just, hey man, you got an order booked, you got to do it. So I ended up going to Hollister at like 7 in the morning, hanging a 75-inch TV, putting some wires through the wall, doing the whole hoopla, and then the whole time I'm cutting weight. I haven't eaten anything, I haven't drinking anything, I'm cranky, I'm annoyed, and then I drive my butt up to Santa Cruz, do my weigh-in, and they're sitting there like, you're sponsored by Geek Squad? And I'm like, no, I'm just in my work clothes.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Now you fought Raul
Quintero. Great guy.
That was one phenomenal fight. You capitalized at the local sensation, popular dude that sold out the whole entire venue. Mm-hmm. You just finish him.
Yeah, it was great. It was an awesome fight. Like the whole moment of just like going through the back and having everyone there that, like from the people at Camo, who were absolutely amazing people. They worked their butts off. Always super positive, even in like the worst situations. They're always keeping us together. You were there in the back.
Yeah.
Antog was there in the back actually. Plenty of like so many coaches and professional fighters, amateur fighters, people that I've grown to know and respect. It was really cool to be able to go out there and put on such a great performance in terms of like keeping everyone excited through the whole thing. I don't like going out there and
leave it to the judges.
Not even just leaving it to the judges. You can leave it to the judges and have a good fight, man. Just like I want to go out there and excite people. People pay money for those tickets for a reason, and like you got to give them something to see.
Yes, well, that's pretty awesome. I can't wait. August 20, I'm gonna have you, battle back to my show, Zhong Cage Fighting Series. The biggest show in the year is coming out on August 20. Make sure you guys do not miss it out. Stay tuned. Check out more info about the fight card on DragonHouseMMA.com. This event's a live stream pay-per-view. You cannot make it to the event. Making sure you guys order your live stream pay-per-view voucher from DragonHouseMMA.com. Now, if Kevin Espinosa watching this interview, what do you have to say to him?
I don't got a lot to say to Kevin because I know Kevin's gonna I don't got to give any direction to him. He's gonna come to fight. He's gonna come with a good attitude. He's gonna come ready. Now, if and when Cesar Moreno sees this, show up. Like, look me in the eye, man. Show up. That's it. Put your feet on the scale and get there.
That's awesome. Here we go, guys. Now, if people want to get a hold of you, get tickets, coming and watching you fight in August, how can people contact you?
For either show in August 6th, August 20th, I got tickets you can get a hold of me through Instagram, Toste MMA. You can get a hold of me through Facebook, through the same thing, Toste MMA, Toasty MMA. No spaces, no underscores, no nothing. You can get a hold of me if you have my cell phone number. I'm pretty readily accessible there. I got tickets at the gym, like Alan said. We're at Antog's MMA. You can always get us there. I'm local, so I'll always be in the area as well.
Now you are fighting 145 and a 155 over back and forth. What do you walk around weighing?
Right now, after training yesterday, I was 158. So I'm cutting. I got little less than 4.5 weeks to cut 13 pounds, and then, you're already cutting down to 45. So I'll balloon up to like 65, and then what's another 10 pounds in 2 weeks? That's nothing.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. Well, do you have any special loved one, sponsor, training partner that you want to shout out to?
Yeah, absolutely. First off, I want to shout out Antog's Gym, the coaches there, Angel Figueroa, Anthony Figueroa, the training partners there, Alan Silhanek, Isaac Martinez, all the guys regularly in the room, the guys that came with me from the other gym, Andrew and Daniel. Thank you so much. And then a big shout out to my family. one of the main reasons that I'm on this card August 20th is my sister. Her birthday is the day August 20th, so
is it gonna be all showing up?
absolutely. This fight's for her, so dedicating this fight to my sister. Love you, Cheyenne.
That's pretty awesome. Now, for more info, check out DragonHouseMMA.com. Please subscribe my YouTube channel. Help me to grow my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram, Dragon_House_MMA. And I'm Zhong signing out. We have Andrew Toste. Once again, we'll put up a phenomenal performance on August 20. Do not miss it now. It's a huge stack card. I'll see you guys out there in Kezar, August 20. Good to have you on board, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you.